The man who invented the Kinder Surprise has died. The pathologist that does his autopsy's in for a treat. Welcome to Comic Book Editions Volume 234. Today I have an update for you on my Justice League of America Volume 1 collection. Plus, I'm going to open up some Kinder chocolate bars. They have DC Comics Funko trivia cards inside, and I'm hoping to get Wonder Woman today. We'll see if it ends up happening. It's going to be a fun video, and I'm happy that you're here for it. Welcome. It wasn't all that long ago that I shared my most recent Justice League of America Volume 1 haul update with you in Comic Book Editions Volume 225. When that video ended, I only had 8 comic books left from Volume 1 to complete the run, which still blows my mind. Those 8 are it. Today, before this video ends, we're going to check mark more off of that list, and I'm excited to get to that. But first, I have some upgrades from Justice League of America Volume 1 comic books into my collection. So these first ones I'm going to show don't count towards that goal list that I just showed you, because I've already had these books in my collection. I just wanted to have nicer copies of them. Let's get started showing stuff. It's a Silver Age one. Justice League of America Volume 1, issue number 20 is where we began today. And it was in Comic Book Editions Volume 197 that I showed my original pickup of this. But recently I was at a comic book store, not too far from the area, and they had a half-price sale going on. And this copy was in so much nicer shape than my original copy of issue number 20, and it was so worth the money, so I decided to pick it up. This is the original JLA creative team, Gardner Fox as writer, Mike Sekowsky as artist. 1963, if I didn't mention that. I talked a little bit in that Comic Book Editions Volume 197 video about the plot of the story. I'll just be real brief in doing a recap for you. The team is split up and sent to these different worlds to stop these doomsday machines, and they feel like they failed the mission. But when they come back to Earth, they find out that the true doomsday device is this robot, this Spaceman X. So they all team up together and Superman ends up defeating it. That's the general basis and the gist of the story. Lots of colors on the cover, which I'm drawn to and enjoy. This next upgrade in my collection is definitely in my wheelhouse. 1980, it's issue number 176. Now we have Jerry Conway as the writer. Dick Dillon, a longtime JLA artist, is the artist on cover and interiors. The team is battling Dr. Destiny. So Dr. Destiny has set off this plague of worldwide nightmares that's causing insanity. And it's the Justice League's job. They're tasked with the mission of stopping it. I love what they chose as the lineup for this team in this issue. Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, now Hawkwoman, and Red Tornado against Dr. Destiny. First of all, you don't see Hawkgirl / Hawkwoman all that often without Hawkman, but he's not in the issue. She is. And I thought that was a bold and fun choice to make. I have memories of when I picked up my original copy of this comic book as a childhood collector. I would get taken to the supermarket and I would beeline over to the books and magazine sections to see what comic books they have. And I can still see me in that supermarket deciding this was the comic book I wanted to see if I could get that day. I love the choices that they made of the characters that they presented. And I can just still clearly visualize that. So it brings back such a happy memory for me as well. Another upgrade. This book is issue number 202, and it was published in 1982. So you have this amazing George Perez cover. Jerry Conway's still writing it. Don Heck, though, is doing the interior art at this point. I don't want to talk a whole lot about this issue because I'd really like you to go out and read a copy. Or it's not an expensive book by any means, so if you just want to take my word, if you're looking for a good Justice League book to read from the Bronze Age, this is my recommendation. And it's just a one-issue storyline. All you need is this one issue to get the full gist of it. Essentially, an accident occurs while Batman is doing repairs outside of the JLA satellite, and he becomes the antagonist for the team. I love who they chose to represent the team in this issue, because, you know, they had a lot of characters to play from, so it wasn't always the same members that would be in each issue. They would change it up. So we have Batman as the antagonist, but we have Atom, Zatanna, Wonder Woman, Red Tornado, and Hawkman. And I thought that's such a good lineup. When I got my original copy, it was when I was a childhood collector, and there was a comic book store an hour away from me in a different state. So I didn't get to go that often. I'd probably go down with $10. And trust me, you could get a lot for $10 back then. But I was really interested in the back issues because I couldn't get them anywhere else. So I usually devote about $2 out of my 10 to the current issues, because they had their books about 3 weeks before they would end up in a spinner rack in my little hometown with no fast food and no stoplights. So I'd spend about $2 in current issues and the rest in back issues, and I'd come out with a big haul of stuff. And when I saw this cover and I saw who they chose for the team, I was like, yeah, I definitely want that. I don't want to wait 3 weeks until it ends up in the spinner rack. I want to get it now. And I did. Rereading this story brought back so many great, happy, and fond memories for me. It really did. So this is the one that I recommend. It's, once again, Justice League of America, Volume 1, Issue 202, one-issue storyline. Check it out, and if you do end up reading it, or maybe you read it digitally or somewhere else, maybe you have a friend you can borrow a copy from, leave me a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed the story as much as I do. And it definitely was fun going back and reading this. My copy definitely was beat up because I'd read this so many times. So before we get on to the books that really count, I want to say if you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll take this opportunity to do so. Sharing this channel and this video with someone else is a great way to show support and help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers. The algorithm loves it when you get this video a heart, a thumbs up, a like, and at the end of the video, I'll be asking for your comments, as they're welcomed, encouraged, and appreciated. Thank you very much. So we're going to move on. Let's start checkmarking something off the list. What once was 8 is now 7. Justice League of America, issue number 62, published in 1962. And we're back to that original creative team. Gardner Fox is the writer, Mike Sekowsky as the artist. They play off of something that they set in motion about 20 issues earlier. In issue 41, they're fighting the Key. And something the Key does in that issue triggers what happens in this story. So essentially, the JLA are trapped in their secret sanctuary for 1 hour, and then they're going to be programmed to kill one another when that hour is up. Superman's able to time travel to 3 years in the past, and the time traveled version comes back to, at that time, present day, but he's not affected by whatever the Key has set into motion. So he's able essentially to stop all of them killing each other and going after each other. It is a pretty bold and dramatic cover. Since it's Superman focused, I should mention that my current back issue of the week YouTube short that was just released yesterday on my channel is a Superman themed one, Action Comics #1, because this week is the anniversary of Action Comics #1's original release back in 1938. And boy, if it wasn't for Action Comics #1, I mean, that changed superheroes and comic books and collecting completely after that release. So learn a little bit more about that on the short that's currently on my channel. So here we go, getting kicked off. What once was 8 is now 7, as I said. Let's take another one off the list. Oh yeah, 1963 now, as we head back to issue number 24. Kangaroo is leaving his aura in a prison on the planet of Ran. And then he starts pulling the auras from other JLA members and has programmed these auras to defeat other members of the JLA. So when they split up and go off into missions, you know, each group has one that is kind of the mole, so to speak. And these auras, though, don't have the same weaknesses as their original counterparts. And that's how the JLA members realize that they're being duped and something is going on. And of course, I mentioned the planet Rand. And when you mention that, you have to think of Adam Strange, because that's where he's hanging at. He's always hanging at. and Adam Strange does make an appearance in this comic book as well. Cool cover too, another colorful cover. Liked it so much I used it for the thumbnail on today's video. That means we're down to 6. 6 books left to complete Justice League of America Volume 1. Nope. 5. Here is issue number 18. 1963, still that original creative team that I've talked about. This issue, I think this cover is awesome. And I'm sold just by the cover alone, because the Atom now is literally the big man on campus, and the other Justice League members are trying to get his attention because they're so microscopic, even he doesn't notice them. And in the long run, though, who comes along to end up saving the day in this issue? Oh yeah, Daddy-O. Snapper Car. So that's a little bit behind this story. I didn't want to go into a whole lot of detail because we'll be talking about this, you know, in several more months for another JLA versus Avengers, which is the monthly show I do with John's Comics with Kids. Incidentally, our next JLA versus Avengers is coming up tomorrow night if you're watching this video on its original drop date. If you're watching this video anytime after April 16th, it's archived already in the JLA vs. Avengers playlist folder on my channel, but it'll be here on my YouTube channel at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. John's Comics with Kids and I will look at Justice League of America issue number 11 and Avengers issue number 11, both volume 1, and decide who had the better issue number 11 in this live stream. So make sure to join us for that. Rotates, like I said, monthly between my channel and John's Comics with Kids channel as well. And there's also, as I mentioned before, just recapping again, that playlist folder on my channel too of previous episodes. I want to thank Comic Fu 2814. I've been talking to Fu a little bit, and he had these comic books in his collection and decided it was time to part with them, wanted to reduce the collection down a little bit. So he sold these 3 comic books that I just showed you to me, and I appreciate it so much. And the condition of this one especially is just fantastic. And now I'm down to 5. So there you see the 3 new editions checked off of the list, and it blows my mind once again to be down to 5. I think we should just completely update the list. So this is what it looks like now. One of these 5 books is going to be the last book I need to complete Volume 1. I set a goal for this year of trying to get 5. When I started the year, it was 9. 5 of the 9 comic books I needed this year. So I've already gotten more than I need to get, I think 1 more. And then I will have the 5 that I wanted to get this year done. And I think I'll probably end up going a little bit over that. I'm a little bit of an overachiever on this list, but that's cool and that's fine. The earlier issues, like issues 15 especially, is going to be a priority for me because in a few months, John's Comics with Kids and I will be featuring that issue, and I like to have my own copy in my collection before that happens. So the earlier ones are definitely the ones I'm prioritizing and trying to get into the collection a little bit faster than the later ones. But sometimes the books find you, and we'll just see how it all shakes out. But of course, keep watching my YouTube channel for updates on the progress. Thank you again, Comic Fu 2814. Thank you, Dave, for your friendship, and thank you for allowing me to get these comic books from your collection into mine now. Promise to take good care of them. So that is my Justice League of America update haul. I'm going to start opening up some Kinder chocolates and see which mystery card is inside in a moment. But first, I want to give you an update on the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube, Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. Currently in our spring break. Last weekend, both Tony and I had plans, so we were unavailable. This upcoming Sunday is Easter, so we're not on this week either, the 20th, but we'll be back on the 27th after our 2-week spring break has wrapped up for more Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. So make sure you got the notification bell clicked and make plans to join us for that fun and shenanigans. Let's open up some Kinder chocolate right now. So in the past, I haven't done these on my YouTube channel except for on Fanboys. And then I did a little bit of Instagram Live. I'm trying to get the Wonder Woman card. So they have these little Funko trivia cards. Here I have Supergirl, another Supergirl, Batman, another Batman, I have an Aquaman, and I have Flash. I need a WW. I have 4 packs with me, and let's open them up and see if we can get a Wonder Woman. I should make a prediction. I like making my predictions. I want it to be Wonder Woman, and it's going to be Wonder Woman. How about that? I bought these 4 packs, and I found them at a Walgreens, which was good because they were a lot cheaper than at the convenience store I had been buying them at. So here we go. I'm not looking. Who do I have? Cyborg. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I want to say one thing. I'm very happy that these chocolates are individually wrapped, so I can just enjoy the chocolates whenever I'm ready. Trust me, I've got these packs at drawers at work. I've got some at home. Okay. So this is interesting too. I see that like there's this little divot here, and my other cards didn't have this divot, but I've seen other people show their cards that had like this little cutout or this little divot on the side. I don't know what that's all about. I need Wonder Woman. I think it's going to be Superman, though. I just think it's going to be Superman. Who do we have? Oh, no, Cyborg. Boo, and that's got the little divot in it, too. No repeats. Oh, man. Oh, you know what else? Now that I'm looking at these are different sizes. Oh, that's interesting. I thought these bars seemed a little smaller, and maybe that's why they were cheaper. I kind of like the bigger size better. Oh, I didn't know there were 2 different sizes. This makes everything much more interesting. Now I'm going to need a Wonder Woman of both sizes if such a thing exists. Okay, don't be Cyborg. Be Wonder Woman. But I think it's going to be Superman. Be Wonder Woman, though. No. Oh, man. This was like a new pack that I opened up. Or I shouldn't say I opened up. It looked like it was a new pack that opened. There weren't a lot out of that pack. This is my last chance to get Wonder Woman. You know how much money I'm spending on these chocolates? It's going to be Wonder Woman because it has to be. It's got a little divot in it. I don't know if that's just the small... I'm not happy. This is the face of not happy. If you got a Wonder Woman and want to trade for a Cyborg, let me know. What a way to end a video that was so... I don't know what to say. Thanks for watching, though. How about leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite part of this video was. And don't say when you got your 4th Cyborg. Don't say that. Let me know if any of these books are in your collection or if you're looking for anything that I talked about today. We can dialogue about all of that and more in the comment section, as your comments are welcomed, encouraged, and appreciated. It's awesome that you made it to the end of this Comic Book Editions Volume 234 video. So check out the back issue of the week YouTube short. Check out JLA versus Avengers. No fanboys this weekend, and should be back next week with you for Comic Book Editions Volume 235. Until then, be happy, healthy, and safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.